Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Virgos for the month of August, what you guys can expect to be feeling, possibly what you guys can manifest, experience. So we're going to update these transits as we get to them weekly. So what you guys are currently looking at is the energy you can expect to be feeling walking into the month of August. So let's get to it. So August 2nd, Venus is in Leo in your 12th house, and it's squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house. Sorry guys. Okay, so with a square, I think of tension, I think of a block. And the fact that it's Venus and Uranus, no matter whatever house placement it's in and no matter what the zodiac sign is, I don't care. To me, this screams like either overspending, like spending more money than you should or more money than you have, or it's talking about getting like an unexpected invoice. Like you're getting a bill, you have to pay for something very expensive unexpectedly. It's like you're just paying more money than you normally would. If it's not about money, if it didn't manifest in that way, I would say then this is talking about love, romance, something unexpected would have happened, potentially with somebody you guys are dating or sleeping with secretly. Yeah. The reason I'm saying secretly is because you guys have Venus in the 12th house. So anytime Venus is placed in the 12th house, I always think of being somebody's secret, like hidden affairs, or just like you're in a relationship and you're not ready to put this out there yet. Especially with what's going on in your 7th house, I do see that as a possibility. Or it's like arguing with somebody you're romantically with, and like you guys are not being public about the arguments, or it could be arguments about money, and you know, this would remain hidden. It may be something you discuss with friends, because I think of Aquarius energy with Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius, and you guys have Aquarius in your 6th house. So it may be healing for you guys to express these things. Taurus, throat chakra. That's also a possibility. Especially with Venus being in Leo, I just think of like expressing oneself would be like beneficial. That's what I think. All right, so what else can I see with this transit? So Venus rules Libra, that's your 2nd house. Yeah, it's definitely talking about money for some of you with that South Node in your wallet, the things you own, the things you value. And then Taurus is again in your 9th house. Sorry for the background noise, story of my life. So there would be a disruption, possibly about traveling, spending money for traveling, because the 12th house speaks about like traveling to far distance places. So you guys could be either, maybe there's like a breakup for some of you because you meet somebody during this time, like another person. Yeah, I think that could definitely be somebody's story with Neptune being in the your 7th house, and this being in Pisces. Neptune's the ruler. And then you guys have Jupiter, which is the original ruler of Pisces, in your 10th house in Gemini, which also talks about traveling. It would be a small distance traveling, but it would be potentially traveling with friends, or learning or expanding upon, I want to say like relationships that are at far distance places, like on the internet. I feel like that's also what I'm picking up on. But no matter what, there would be some type of interruption with this energy. Okay, so August 4th, Venus enters Virgo. So where's Virgo? Oh, your 1st house, sorry guys. So Venus leaves your 12th house, it enters your 1st house. What do I think this means for you guys? So for some of you, this is going to manifest in regards to wanting to get another job, like being inspired to take initiative when it comes to either getting another job or working harder, working smarter, doing something you guys actually love to do. The reason I'm saying this is because at the end of the day, Virgo energy is traditionally belonging to that 6th house, which speaks about work. So it's either like pouring into yourselves with your everyday regimen, because the 1st house is the self. It's who you guys are. It's your body. And like paying more attention to this energy, but also you would be paying more attention to the flaws, like the things that need to be fixed. You would be nitpicking things. You would be nitpicking things in your relationship at this time. More so, you'd be more critical, trying to fix the things that you feel need to be fixed, but also your wallet, because again, Venus rules Libra and it also rules Taurus. So, and because Mercury is in your 1st house in Virgo, I do believe this may be talking about spending money on traveling. And it may connect to relationships, because I see here Juno is here. This is soulmate energy. So it's either like being your own best friend, your own soulmate right now, and putting, your own energy into yourself and less on people. It's like you don't really value trying to maybe go out and please others. But at the same time, I am getting something where there would be like healing going on by expressing something to your group of people. And the reason is, number one, you guys have Cancer in your 11th house. So it's like your emotions, your feelings are connected with friends. Friends feel like home. But at the end of the day, Uranus rules Aquarius in your 6th house. So it's like you guys would get insight and feel like there's hope in your situations by communicating with friends, Mercury, about the things that are going on in order to expand your mind. But that requires you guys speaking up, Taurus, throat chakra. And I feel like this will also help you guys come into your power or feel powerful and transform you guys. So that same day, August 4th, Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo. So you guys are going back to something. You guys are going back to an old idea of yours, and it involves yourself. So it may have something to do with your body. It may have something to do with traveling, going back to a place you've already been to before. What is that noise? Wait, hold on. So I think once Mercury enters retrograde, I do believe for some of you, this is talking about traveling. It could be traveling for work or revisiting an old idea regarding work. The reason I'm saying this is because Mercury rules Virgo, you guys, but also Gemini, and Gemini rules your 10th house. And you guys have Jupiter here. There's something about taking action, Mars. There could be something about leadership, courage, being brave when it comes to expanding upon something here, or taking action is needed when it comes to your job, your career, how you appear. But I feel like it's more about, it could be for some of you going back to school in order to, because I'm saying this because Jupiter rules the 9th house traditionally, and you guys have Uranus here. So there's a shakeup when it comes to your money, shakeup when it comes to either, your belief system or your education, like furthering your education in order to make more money, because you guys are feeling like something going on with your wallet at this time. So I feel like you guys are trying to be proactive here. You guys are trying to be smart, Jupiter. Where's Sagittarius? So Sagittarius is in your 4th house. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. You guys may want to buy a home. You guys may be thinking about how you want to appear to the world, because traditionally the 10th house talks about how you appear to others. It's about your status. Are you popular? Are you well known? Do you have a business? Do you make money? I think of those things. And that doesn't mean that like this is always Capricorn energy. I feel like there's the bougie Capricorn, and then there's the humble Capricorn that's literally down to earth and doesn't need to spend much money. So apply common sense here. But I think because Jupiter is the ruler of your 4th house in Sagittarius, there's something about needing money to possibly move or travel. Or you are, I want to say, because Gemini traditionally belongs to that 3rd house, which is your local community. I said that weird. Your local community, your group of friends, your cousins, your siblings, your aunts and uncles. There's something at this time that's on your mind, connecting with them. And you guys may want to appear some kind of way, but there's a delay with this, and I feel like it has something to do with money. What else? What else could this be about? So Jupiter is the husband, and Venus can be looked at as love. So I think because Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo, I think wait, what was the point of me bringing this up? Why was I going to that 10th house? Hold on one second. Oh, because Mercury rules Gemini. Sorry. I was having a moment. Your thoughts may be involve dating at this time, or somebody that is worth committing to, because you have Saturn here, which is talking about commitment. But it's also talking about boundaries at the same time. And Neptune being in retrograde, your intuition is on point because things are slowing down. You're able to be more in tune with being in tune. So you guys may be traveling with somebody you're dating, or you guys are talking to somebody who I feel like has status. That's also what I think of. Like, I'm getting Jupiter in, Jupiter in Capricorn is debilitated. But at the same time, so is Jupiter in Gemini. It's considered to be. So you guys may be having difficulty expanding upon how you want to be seen at this time, especially with somebody you guys are committed to or you're dating. There may be some type of block, especially with Uranus being here. Whatever this is, I feel like it requires work. It requires energy. Okay, August 4th, that same day, there's a new moon in Leo in your 12th house. So how do I think this is going to manifest? I think something new will be going on in regards to Leo-like things, but like in a 12th house type of matter. Like, you guys may be really in touch with your own mind at this time, like a lot of introspection, because I feel like when the sun is in the 12th house, it's more of like going within, being more spiritual. I get like solo energy, okay? And I feel like this is also really going to bring you guys into your Pluto, with Pluto being in Aquarius in your 6th house, because 6th house traditionally rules you guys, right? This is how you guys take care of your body. So I think something transformative may be going on during this time. The reason I'm bringing in the 6th house with this new moon is because it's on the same axis with Leo and Aquarius energy. So I think you guys will be able to, I think you guys are going to be dealing with something that has to deal with either spirituality, healing, something to reflect on when it comes to either romance or trying to have fun, or trying to figure out, you know, like, how can you be seen? Because when the sun is in the 12th house, it's difficult here, because it's like your mind is super, like, I don't want to say a lot of ego, but you feel some kind of way about yourself. Like, you should be seen for this. You should be seen for that. It's definitely, if you don't resonate with being cocky or super confident, then it really depends on what's going on in the 12th house and also how Mercury looks in your own natal chart. But when I think of Leo being in the 12th house, there's either difficulty with being happy, but at the same time believing like you deserve to be seen, and there's some type of difficulty with getting the recognition you want or getting it. And needing alone time. Like, I get loner energy with this. So I think this is more about manifesting, like, since Ceres is in retrograde in the 5th house in Capricorn, and you guys, and traditionally Leo rules the 5th house, I think you guys are trying to heal the 5th house energy for yourself, which is talking about either being creative, having fun, or it's talking about romance. For some of you, this may be talking about children, like, this may be talking about, like, you guys may be thinking about children. You guys may not be expressing this too much. And I feel like this actually may be connected with Mercury being in retrograde in your first house, the body, for some of you. It's not going to be all of you. But Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, right? And this is your 5th house, romance, children, but also acting childlike and being able to express yourself. You have that going on in your 7th house in Pisces, which traditionally belongs to that 12th house. So there's some type of, like, something's going missing. And I feel like you guys want to manifest this or heal this, like make something tangible to heal yourself. This could literally be trying to transform your body and becoming healthy. Okay, August 7th, Sun in Leo in your 12th house is sextiling Jupiter in Gemini in your 10th house. So a sextile is an energy you have to put energy into. It's not something that just manifests right away. It could literally just be an energy that sits there and nothing ever happens with it because you didn't try to do anything. So when I think of the Sun and I think of Jupiter, I think of Leo energy and Sagittarius energy because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and the Sun rules Leo. And these are 2 fire signs. These are loud energies. They get along, they vibe, but it's happening in your 12th and your 10th house. So I feel like there's something happening with your confidence around this time that you want to be seen for. It's like you're trying to bring this sun, this solar energy outward. And I feel like it connects back to this new moon, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. And I feel like it's going to manifest whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So I feel like there's something you want to express that you're either learning about or you want to communicate something regarding insight that you're gaining about yourself. I'm just getting a very positive, happy, go-lucky energy when the Sun and Jupiter are talking to each other. That same day, Mercury in Virgo in your 1st house is in retrograde and it's conjunct Venus in Virgo in your 1st house. So to me, what I feel like you guys can expect with this is your mind, your thoughts will be on either money, like how to fix this, how to make this better, or the same applies but for relationships. Like you guys will be super, I don't want to say like, because it's in retrograde, I don't feel like you guys will be like on edge or anything like this. I don't feel like you guys will be jittery or like the overthinking, I do not believe would like hurt your mind and give you a headache. Like I just don't see that happening with this type of retrograde. And the reason is because Mercury rules Virgo. It's at home here. So it's not as bad. That's just my thought. So you guys will really be thinking about what needs to get fixed with the things you guys value. Are you guys too critical? Are you guys only focusing on the negative things when it comes to your relationship? When it comes to your job? Whatever it is that you guys are looking for in a job or another person, are you looking for something or someone to be perfect? Because at the end of the day, I don't think this resonates with what you guys actually value. What you guys value is Libra energy, which is harmony, which is coming together with another and reaching a compromise. Because that is the true epitome of typical quote unquote 7th house energy is, like, how do you make a relationship work if you don't compromise? It just doesn't work, or there's just constantly issues or repetitive issues that you're dealing with. And the fact that you guys have your North Node in Aries in your 8th house, it's like the universe is asking you guys to go deeper at this time, not so surface level. You guys may be focusing too much on how it appears to others, or how things appear, and it's like you're being asked to go deeper than that. So if somebody can't come through when like you keep asking them to do something, it's like, okay, are you going to allow that one small thing to stop you from being in this relationship? Or are you going to allow this one small thing at work to stop you from working at this company? There's something to this within that type of energy that's going on during this time frame. You guys literally may be hurting yourselves or you guys may be having fights at work or with your friends, because Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in your 10th house. You guys may have some type of drive, be driven to accomplish and succeed with either your job, your career, to make more money, to expand upon this, to be looked at as somebody who is confident at with whatever it is you're trying to build at this time. But it's like you're being asked to look at some type of wound that's internally going on about your self-confidence or lack of self-confidence. Like, stop thinking about others, because this may be something you guys have been valuing and you're not realizing that this is what's encouraging you guys to be motivated to act on things or say things. Or like when you're focusing on the flaws about other people, you may not be seeing the bigger picture. And I feel like with Jupiter and Gemini, you're asked to see all the fine details. This way, like, you don't miss anything. And I feel like that can vibe also with Virgo, actually. So I do think that it can be a nice energy. Venus conjunct Mercury. Like, in general, it's a very nice energy. It's speaking really nicely. It's like taking on Libra qualities in the fact that you are like a diplomat. Your voice is nice and soft, or it's soothing to the ears. Like when you speak, people love your voice. Your thoughts would be kind. But the fact that it's taking this energy on in Virgo, it's not that you won't feel or be any of those things I just said. It's just like there would be a little bit of criticism going on as well. And these things would consist of like issues about the past or problems about the past that are like resurfacing, and they have to be dealt with now, whether it's because your relationship calls for it or because you know, your wallet, you know, needs an increase, a bump in pay. So August 9th, Juno enters Libra. So Juno's leaving your first house and it's entering your second house, which again speaks of your money, your wallet, the things you guys value. Juno speaks of soulmate energy. So what do you guys value in partnerships? You know, Libra energy traditionally belongs in that 7th house. So this can speak of legal contracts. What makes your soul feel comfortable? What makes your soul feel like you're being fair? Wait, I said that weird. Fair. Is this like 6 of Pentacles energy where you are getting and you're also giving? You need to receive and give. It cannot be one way. And I understand that some of you may be thinking, well, the South Node is in Libra and the North Node being in Aries, which is a selfish energy. You're being directed from source, spirit, universe, whatever, to be thinking about yourself. And I think, yes, 1000%, but in order to get to your North Node, you have to bring this, you have to use the South Node, which is your experience and the information you already have based off of your past experiences in Libra activity. The South Node I look at as like a resume, like a soul resume. So you already have experience with Libra. So how can you use this to the best of your abilities to heal something regarding your lack of self-confidence or confidence within yourself about the things you guys actually want to create in your life, because there's some type of wound here with being able to manifest, because I think a Scorpio energy in the 8th house traditionally, and this is talking about magic. I think also for some of you, this is definitely about the body. Aries, 8th house, internally, getting information, Mercury retrograde from, you know, if it's not like if you guys have a physical trainer, it's like, then maybe it's a dietitian or a nutritionist or a doctor, literally Virgo-like things. There's something up possibly potentially with doing better for your body and you getting information about this. And it's like, it's not a new topic, it's something old and you guys have to do better. It could have to do with your mental well-being as well. So maybe you have to meditate, maybe you have to go within, maybe you have to be a little more secluded. Maybe you can't be, if you're internally quick to anger, maybe this is part of the problem, right? And you're learning about this with Jupiter and Gemini, because Mars in Gemini is quick energy. It's fast energy. What else can this manifest with Juno being in Libra in your second house? Just, yeah, what do you guys value about your relationship, your committed relationships? So if it's a business partnership, or if this is a relationship that you're not in just yet, what do you guys want when it comes to this based off of past experiences? You guys have Saturn here and Neptune being in retrograde. You guys should be very much in touch with your own intuition, with what feels right to you guys, especially with this sun being in the 12th house. There should be some type of insight going on right now. Where do you need boundaries, and where are your boundaries too high? Okay. August 14th, Mars in Gemini in your 10th house is conjunct Jupiter in Gemini in the 10th house. So this can manifest either in a positive way or negative, just like any of these transits, right? So both energies are fire energies, right? Mars traditionally rules Aries and Jupiter traditionally rules Sagittarius. Think of when Aries and Sagittarius are together. It's a lot of fun. It's really loud. It could be like the troublemaker, you know, the two friends that are troublemakers, because they're just doing whatever they want, because you have an independent energy, which is Mars doing whatever the fuck they want. And Jupiter is not too different. It's very much freedom oriented. It cannot feel restricted at all. Otherwise it's going to bounce. So I think during this time when these two are conjunct, you guys are going to feel, number one, very confident, because these are also very confident energies, but you're going to feel confident with the things you're saying or the things you're learning, because Gemini, I think of words, I think of your thoughts, and I think about something regarding communication and you guys expanding upon this. It could be new information that you're learning because of Uranus being in that 9th house and you want to vocalize this. Taurus, throat chakra. I'm saying this because Jupiter traditionally rules the 9th house in Sagittarius, but you guys have this in the 4th house. So you guys may have been keeping something private, and now it's like you want to express something publicly. Also, for those of you that are in a relationship or you're starting a relationship, this can also be talking about, well, number one, Mars, sex, and then expanding upon this, but also marrying the enemy. So you guys have to be careful for new people you're meeting during this time. Another thing is, so for anybody who's in a lot of arguments or any arguments during this time frame, this type of energy gives you, like, I don't want to say luck, but it gives you the energy to like conquer any enemies you may have. So Mars is a very loyal energy. It's the soldier, but it can also be the god of war, right? And whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So I think you guys may be having potentially arguments at home with people close to you. So if it's not with people you live with, then I think it's people like your friends, people you grew up with. I think this also can take on getting into arguments at work. But you guys can end up being friends with these people is what I'm trying to say. Through conversations, through your words, by being mutable, but also by being cardinal, like initiating a conversation. August 14th, that same day, Mercury in retrograde in Virgo is entering Leo. So Mercury is leaving your first house and it's entering your 12th house. What do I think this means? So again, for some of you, you're definitely traveling. There's definitely some of you are traveling for work. Some of you guys are communicating privately about work. Where's Virgo? Your first house. For some of you, hold on one second. The sun is there, the 5th house. There's conversation there. If it's not conversations, it's then just your thoughts going back to the past. It could be about past jobs. It could be about past relationships and getting insight on this during this time, because the sun traditionally rules that 5th house, and you guys have this in Capricorn, and something healing is trying to go on during this time with Ceres being in retrograde, but there's difficulty. So I think you guys are trying to either be enlightened, or you're trying to heal your mind, or you're just gaining insight, and it connects to the past. Like I said, it could be 10th house related, since Mercury rules Gemini, but at the end of the day, it's connected to you guys, obviously, right? It's your mind. But for some of you, it's going to be about relationships, because Venus is in your 1st house right now in Virgo. I feel like since Mercury will be in Leo, it would be like your thoughts about yourself, what it is you guys need when it comes to what it is you guys want when it comes to like how you appear to the world, how you guys want, like what career you guys want, but also your status, and it connects to a relationship. There's rethinking this, and I feel like you guys are revisiting something regarding Saturn and Neptune being in retrograde. There's something about going back to the past when it comes to romance and trying to heal this for committed relationships. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just like, in the month of August, I'm getting an emphasis of yourself and going within. Okay, August 15th, Mars in Gemini in your 10th house is squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 7th house. So with a square, there's tension, there's a block, more time is required. I look at Mars as the child, and I look at Saturn as the father. So it's like you guys want to take action and initiative when it comes to 10th house things. You guys are driven, and you guys want to move fast. But Saturn being in your 7th house is like, no, pump the brakes, slow down. You need a plan. So you're feeling extremely inspired, especially with this North Node being in your 8th house. You're driven to transform something. And for some of you, it's going to be about work and becoming some type of leader, being confident in this type of position. But you may need, it's either going to affect your relationships that you're in, or it's like there is just some type of block at work at this time when it comes to getting this started. So you may have a plan in order to, I don't know, become a supervisor instead of whatever you guys are. You know, just a position that is better than whatever you currently have. And it's like, let's say you, planned a meeting with your boss, and your boss okayed it but doesn't know what the meeting is about. It's like all of a sudden your boss has to cancel last minute, and you're not able to communicate what it is you wanted to talk about regarding your ideas, and it gets postponed. Since Mars rules traditionally the 1st house, even though you have it in Virgo, I do feel like literally there's some type of stop, like a block when it comes to this. And for some of you, I think it's going to be about like fighting with friends and feeling like you may be holding yourself back in order to not hurt people's feelings. Because Mars in Gemini is like cutthroat energy. So yeah, I think there's that as well. August 18th, Mercury in Leo in your 12th house in retrograde is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house. So with Mercury squaring Uranus, I do believe this would be a delay in traveling, or a miscommunication, which creates an argument, a misunderstanding, and it would have to do with not being able to communicate clearly, like being able to express yourself clearly. That's how I see this. It may potentially be for some of you, like it has to do with work, because I feel like I'm getting the 6th house energy for you and 9th house. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to. Yeah, definitely for some of you, this would be talking about work. Like there would either be like delays with traveling for work, get interrupted or delayed, or there's some type of misunderstanding, communication when it comes to maybe getting hired at another job, or just misunderstandings at your workplace. And it could have to do with old conversations or old thoughts that consist of you guys trying to make something tangible for yourselves. Like you guys may not feel like you're valued at work. You may want to be seen. You may try to communicate this and put this out there. I don't know if it's going to go over well, whatever this energy ends up manifesting into for you guys. Let me see. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So 1st house, 10th house. Yeah, there's just something about people misunderstanding, or you misunderstanding other people when it comes to something that's being expressed with either traveling, philosophy, religion, a belief system, a higher educated, a higher education. Sorry, I'm still not phrasing that right. Anyway, I feel like you also may want to free yourselves, like free your mind from some type of like introspection, and have difficulty with that as well. Okay. August 18th, that same day, Sun in Leo in your 12th house is conjunct Mercury in Leo in retrograde in your 12th house. So I personally, most of the time, love this energy. The reason I'm like, for you guys is because it's happening in your 12th house. So in general, when the sun is conjunct Mercury, I think of this as being intelligent. I think of this as a smart energy. It doesn't mean you would be articulate. It doesn't mean you would be a genius. It just means you would have insight. Like, you would have self-awareness. Picture like being able to shine a light on your thoughts, being able to express yourself. It's like you would feel confident with this. That's also another thing. I feel like crappy things could be going on in your life, and with that type of conjunction, you can go back to having happy thoughts or feeling confident. Even if you feel like you lack in confidence, if you have Sun conjunct Mercury, you can bounce back really, like, much more quickly. So the fact that Mercury's in a retrograde, and the fact that it's happening in your 12th house, I think how this is going to manifest for you guys is maybe thinking about past times when you guys had like these victorious moments in your life, like moments where you felt accomplished, moments where you felt like you won something. And I feel like the reason you would be thinking like this is to gain more confidence to take action currently in your life about something. So if you guys are down at all during this time, I think there's going to be this moment where you think back, and it may not be intentional. I think it may just happen naturally, where you think back to the times where you felt good, and it kind of reminds you like you're capable of anything. And therefore, it kind of like encourages you guys to feel confident and take action in your life. And if not take action, it's like you guys would be learning how to feel more confident, learning how to take action based off of, you know, let's say law of attraction, saying words of affirmation to yourself, things like that. Okay, August 18th, that same day, we have Venus in Virgo in your first house, and it's squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 10th house. So I think there's going to be, like, somebody will be crossing a line when it comes to either you guys and what it is you guys value, or there's going to be something that goes on when it comes to, I want to say, like, people may talk too much to you to the point where you feel uncomfortable, or they may be criticizing you guys, or criticizing the things you guys love and value. It could have to do with money as well, where maybe like you thought you'd be getting more money at this time, but then something kind of backfires. And or maybe like somebody overpromised and said you would get an increase, a bump in pay around this time frame, and then it doesn't work out. The reason I'm saying this is because when Jupiter is squaring another planet, this is not respecting boundaries, not like it's like a entitlement. It's feeling entitled and not paying attention to the restrictions. It's kind of feeling like above. So no matter what, Jupiter is going to touch something and it's going to expand upon that regardless if it should or shouldn't. And it's happening with Venus, which is either talking about your money or love. And it's in your first house. So I feel like people may be either gossiping about you guys at work, or people may be gossiping about you guys. Or this could literally be you guys trying to put yourselves out there, and it gets like misunderstood because you went too far with it. You went too big. You may be expressing how good you are at this, how good you are at that. You may be talking about, you know, I'm just thinking out loud here, with Jupiter ruling your fourth house, you may be talking about money you're investing into a home. You may be talking about how much money you're spending because Venus rules Libra, and this is talking about your second house. You may be talking about your relationship and kind of gossiping about it at this time with that first and 10th house. And with Saturn being the traditional ruler of 10th house energy, this is going back to that 7th house. Like, there should be boundaries here. There should be restrictions. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say there. Okay, so August 19th, Jupiter in Gemini in your 10th house is squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 7th house. So again, Jupiter, once it's squaring a planet, it's not like holding itself back. Picture like a stomach that cannot not go over the belt once the jeans are buttoned, you know, like that's a Jupiter square. I feel like it's gonna cross the line. So Jupiter is going big with crossing a boundary when it comes to a relationship, and I feel like it connects back to the transit that just happened with Jupiter squaring Venus. It's like Jupiter is going too big, and it connects to relationships and something that is supposed to be considered intimate and private and respected. And I feel like it's not. It's being publicized in some type of way. So whether you guys are making something public by talking about it, or by publishing something, putting something out there on the internet, it's like this is creating some type of tension, I feel like, either with you guys in your relationship, or maybe legal contracts see or hear something about you, some type of gossip at the workplace, and then they no longer want to work with you. I'm just thinking of all the ways this could possibly manifest, and I'm just thinking that I just don't like those two transits for you guys because of where you guys have your house placements. All right, August 19th, Venus in Virgo in opposition to Saturn in Pisces. So with Venus being in your first house in Virgo, and it's in opposition to Neptune in retrograde in Pisces in your 7th house, there's like a compromise on a dream is how I interpret this. Like, things cannot always be fixed to be perfect, okay? You need to compromise and see the bigger picture, because I feel like with Neptune and Venus in general, there is some type of spiritual unconditional love that can potentially happen. Wait, is it Neptune or Saturn? Oh, wow, my bad. So I'm jumping ahead. So it's Venus opposing Saturn. Okay, sorry. So Venus is in Virgo in your first house. It's in opposition to Saturn in Pisces in your 7th house. So very similar energy in the sense that not everything can be perfect. So everything you're seeing and witnessing, it's like you got to realize, like, if you want to manifest this, if you want this to become a reality, if this is how you want to, if you want to increase your wallet, or you want this stable relationship which can give you commitment, you got to accept it for what it is and stop trying to make it something it's not. So you got to come together and compromise with this. And I feel like this can help you guys on the journey to healing this. And also, this can help you guys realize what it is you really value when it comes to relationships. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not being perfect. It's not being picture perfect, because you guys are not picture perfect. Especially my sun, moon, rising Virgos. You guys are not perfect. You guys are really good at showing everybody else what's not perfect about them. And I understand why. It's in order to, in order to help them. In order to get them to do better. And I see that about you guys. But at the same time, when it comes to relationships, it's like we got to be real. And you guys may have a harder time with that because you got Pisces going on in your 7th house. You got to accept it for what it is. And you should be more in touch with this because Neptune's in retrograde. So yeah, anyway, so Saturn talks about boundaries, restrictions, and it's like, I feel like with this type of energy, you guys are able to see something that's worth investing into. But you got to be mutable. You got to be open to it, okay, in order to make this dream come true. Then we have August 19th. There is a full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house. So something will be illuminated for you guys when it comes to 6th house things. It's either going to be work, or it's going to be your everyday regimen, or it's going to be how you guys are taking care of your health, your body. You guys may be learning something at this time. There could be constant interruptions with this, with feeling grounded when it comes to your health. But with a full moon, I feel like things are partially illuminated. I just don't see things as being fully illuminated, despite the fact it's a full moon. The reason is because when you're looking up at that full moon, are you really seeing the full moon? It's kind of an illusion if you think about it. You're seeing the reflection of the light. You're not really seeing the moon. So I think you guys can see things partially. So it's going to connect with having hope when it comes to either your health or your job. For those of you that are having difficulty with a schedule, like a routine, something may be illuminated for you there, like maybe realizing it at this time. Maybe you guys need meditation. Maybe you guys need some type of spiritual routine added into this, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And yeah, that's what I'm getting with this. I feel like because you have Venus in your 1st house, and Venus rules your 2nd and 9th because of Libra and Taurus, I do think something is being illuminated for you guys, and it could be seen as maybe a shakeup, or feel like a shakeup, or more just like insight, a download, an intuitive hit from spirit, that you guys need to get something right when it comes to the things you guys value, and it's connected either to relationships or your wallet, and you guys need to expand upon this in a, like, I feel like a smart way is what I want to say. You may see something on the internet during this time. Is there anything else I want to say to this? No. Okay, so August 19th, that same day, Sun in Leo in your 12th house is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house. So there is a block when it comes to being able to see something clearly. I also think there's a block when it comes to being able to free yourselves. And I'm saying all this because when the sun is in the 12th house, I think of the 12th house as sometimes a mental prison. And you guys are definitely seeing something there that's happening. But you're also imprisoning yourself, whether it's like by being secluded and not feeling confident enough to like be social, or it's like you just want to be by yourself so you can be secluded, so you can be one with yourself and heal yourself during this time. I think that's also possible too. I also see this manifesting that way with Ceres being in retrograde in the 5th house in Capricorn, like building a relationship, I think, with yourself in your mind. Ooh, what the fuck? I'm hearing something. What time is it? 11:43. So with Uranus being in the 9th house, I think there's like this download, a message from spirit, or there's something that actually happens and it's a misunderstanding, whatever it is. You may see something, because I think of the sun, even though like Venus would be the eyes and something you're seeing, I think of with the sun, there's light. So I do believe that you would have trouble seeing something clearly. It's almost as if like spirit cannot give you this download because you're blocked off. That's how I see it. You're not able to expand upon something when it comes to information or your thoughts. You may not be able to see the bigger picture at this time. So yeah. August 22nd, the sun enters Virgo. So sun is leaving your 12th house. So you guys are going to feel much more like, you're going to feel a lot more energy at this time. So sun enters Virgo in your 1st house. I think this is going to unfold for you guys with like being definitely like wanting to express yourself, wanting to be seen, and you will be seen because wherever the sun is, you cannot not be seen. And it's talking about you guys specifically. So I think you guys will be paying attention to how you express yourselves and your confidence at this time. It's going to connect back to your mind because sun rules Leo, and you guys have Mercury in retrograde in your 12th house, and you guys have Virgo the ruler, Mercury the ruler of Virgo in your 1st house. Like, the two are connected is my point. I think you're just going to have more physical energy during this time, and you're going to want to start going out and being social. That will be the difference. And I think it will fully expand upon this once Mercury leaves your 12th house, but also once Mercury goes direct, more so. But it's like a little bit less heavy. So Venus in your the sun in your 1st house. Anything else I want to say? I feel like there's going to be, again, a focus on your money and how you guys can either express yourselves about getting more money or express yourselves in a relationship with another, or it's going to be about like being seen for being really good at whatever it is you do. Like being seen for being that hard worker, being like the favorite at work, something like that. August 22nd, that same day, Venus in Virgo in your 1st house is squaring Mars in Gemini in your 10th house. So there's some type of argument, there's some type of misunderstanding, because when I think of a square, I think of tension and friction. So it's like there's energy trying to get out, and because there's this buildup, it ends up going or coming out the way it didn't intend to. So there's some type of misunderstanding with, I feel like, the opposite sex, because Venus rules woman and Mars rules men. I feel like this could be arguing with people at work. It could be arguing with your friends. It would be an argument consisting of that's like affecting your confidence and being critical. Like it would have to do with arguments with friends, but because it's like maybe you guys aren't getting like being reassured about the sun and Venus in your 1st house. Like you guys are the sun, you guys are Venus. Like people should be gravitating to you, people should be wanting to be around you. So I feel like if you guys get anything less than that, this would create the friction, or this would be another person's energy, right? So I do see that being a thing. Mars rules Aries, North Node, Chiron. Yeah, this would be like bringing up Chiron, which is some type of wound you guys are dealing with secretly in private. But it would be visible during this time frame. What else? August 23rd, Mercury in Leo in your 12th house in retrograde is sextiling Mars in Gemini. Okay, in the 10th house. So whatever this dispute is, whatever this uncomfortable energy is, and that's also another thing, it could just be uncomfortable energy. I think that with Mercury being in Leo in the 12th house in retrograde, there is like a revisit to a conversation or an argument that happened due to a misunderstanding. So it's like, it's kind of using your words that happened during an argument or to clear the air. Because Mars in Gemini is a mutable energy. So it's very open to like resolutions. I feel like with Mars and Gemini, it's a very, it's not an energy that like holds on. It's an energy that keeps it moving because it's fast energy. Mars in general is fast, and then so is Gemini. So that's something to keep in mind. August 24th, the next day, Vesta enters Virgo. So Vesta is that flame that just does not die. It does not go out. We look at this as like passion. So you guys will be feeling very passionate, either definitely about yourselves, but your thoughts and communicating. I feel like you guys are going to be wanting to speak. I feel like you guys are going to want to, I'm just kind of getting a you energy, and just feeling passionate about yourselves. That's what I'm getting with Vesta in the first house. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. August 26th, Ceres goes direct in Capricorn in your 5th house. So there's something healing going on when it comes to 5th house things, Capricorn things, okay? So when it comes to Capricorn, Saturn's the ruler. So there's something healing going on with relationships. If there's an argument with somebody you guys are dating or investing into, it's like this would be healing at this time for you guys. If it comes to self-expression and being able to express yourself and have that sun visible for all to see versus the sun that's traditionally not always in your 12th house, but it's taking on that energy when you have Leo in the 12th house, then it's like something healing would have taken place for you guys when it comes to expression, okay? Yeah, like there would be boundaries, of course, but you guys are healing something when it comes to your inner child is what I'm picking up on. Mercury being in retrograde, there's something about the past you guys are revisiting. And it's talking about yourselves and how you guys appear. You guys want to appear 6 of Wands, which is like Jupiter and Leo type of energy. And I think you guys will have this leadership ability. You guys will at least be appearing this way due to your words. But it's through dealing with your Chiron at this time, which is an inner wound about lack in self-confidence. All right. August 27th, Venus in Virgo in your 1st house is trining Uranus in Taurus in your 9th. So with Venus and Uranus talking to each other in a positive way, I think of, so with the trine, it's a blessing. Something is being given to you, or it's something that just comes so naturally that you don't even notice it. So it's almost as if, like, I think of this as electricity. There's like a shock, but it's a positive shock. And it has to do with like, I feel like self-love for you guys. You guys are expanding upon something because you're healing your throat chakra, Taurus. And again, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So I do think you guys are stepping into, you know, your quote unquote Pluto in your 6th house and transforming something when it comes to literally like your soul with your body, like your soul memories for your body. That's what I'm picking up on. Speaking up about something. And it comes naturally. For those of you where it's not, where this is not the situation, then I'm going to say it could be meeting somebody that you have a relationship with or you get intimate with while traveling. The reason I'm saying this is because Mercury rules Virgo. Mercury will be in your 12th house and in retrograde. So you guys are either traveling somewhere that is considered to be a far distance place, or you guys, and especially more so because Uranus is there in your 9th house. So there's like a shakeup. There's something happening when it comes to like money being spent on traveling, because Venus rules Taurus. So Venus is in your 1st house, and I feel like because it's consisting of spending money for something involving you guys when it comes to traveling, going somewhere that isn't close to home, especially with Jupiter being in the 10th house in Gemini, because Jupiter traditionally belongs to your 4th house in Sagittarius. So I feel like there's something happening here. And sorry, just to be clear, the reason I'm bringing up Jupiter randomly in Gemini is because Mercury rules Gemini. So I feel like putting it all together, there is kind of like this positive shakeup that happens where maybe you guys meet somebody while traveling, or it's like you guys are traveling for work and something positive happens. I'm just seeing something nice, something healing going on. All right, so then the next day, August 28th, Venus in Virgo in opposition to Neptune in Pisces. So this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like in order for the dream to come true when it comes to relationships, you guys have got to compromise. You got to let go of something you've been holding on to. When it comes to the things you guys value, you got to let go of something regarding the past with Libra energy. What you guys believe, whatever you believe a partner should look like, act like, it's like it's never going to be that. If that's the way it were going to be, then your life would already be exactly the way you wanted it to be. And I guarantee you it's not, right? So Neptune in retrograde, I feel like this will get you more in touch with that intuitive hit, like realizing like, yeah, it's like this is, if you want this to become a reality with your committed relationships, then you need to be smart, Virgo, when it comes to your love life and what it is you actually love and what it is you actually value. Be like, pay attention to the details, Jupiter and Gemini. Well, I should stop saying that because it's actually really fast energy, but it does hold on and retain energy. So I'll keep it. So there's something about revisiting what truly gives you soulmate energy when Juno's in Libra due to that South Node. And again, it's telling you to go a little deeper than surface level, more than just appearances. August 28th, that same day, Mercury in retrograde in Leo in your 12th house is going direct. So whatever it is that you guys are experiencing, going through, trying to make happen, I think there is more of a chance for it to actually become a reality once Mercury goes direct. It's kind of like getting all the puzzle pieces together in order to, like, you know, I don't know, for the people who frame puzzles and hang them up. It's like you can't do that just yet until this goes direct. So I think... I also think I forgot to say the other side to this, that if it's not a relationship, then I feel like it's investing money into work that would be like collaborating with another person for something regarding like an investment, maybe for like somewhere that's considered to be a far distance place from your home. That's another way of looking at it too, but definitely investing money into traveling. I am seeing this and making some type of compromise. It may not be 100% what you want, but it's like, you know, it's kind of funny because I feel like Pisces is giving you guys the reality check. Because Pisces is not always delusion. It's not delusion, illusion. It can be, but when it's in retrograde, I think you can trust it. You just got to trust yourself. August 29th, that same day, Venus enters Libra. So Venus is leaving your first house and it's entering your second house. Around this time frame, you notice how Mercury goes direct, and I'm telling you guys, it's at that point I think you guys can start getting the things you guys want or you're trying to create. Venus, so, is entering your second house, so it's at home here. So I think you guys will either be entering a relationship that is worth investing into, or you guys are getting into a committed like business partnership. And all of these things, both situations are talking about or consisting about the past, like somebody from the past because of the South Node. Also, I think Venus being in Libra in your second house is talking about like a change and seeing what it is you guys value when it comes to harmony and diplomacy. And did I say harmony already? I feel like I did, sorry. But a give and receive relationship, regardless if it's not intimate or not, if it's business oriented, are you getting what you give and vice versa? Because there's something here about Chiron, you guys hurting yourselves or feeling like you're hurt. But really, you guys may be doing this thing with the sun being in Virgo. It gives me kind of like sun and Aries vibes, which is selfish energy. As giving as Aries energy can be, and as loyal as it is to its people, it can be very self-oriented. So you guys may not be seeing that. And this is where Pisces also helps you out when it comes to 7th house matters. You guys may have to, like, in order to figure something out, you may have to kind of like, I mean, I don't want to just say trust your intuition, but it's something you have to feel. It's not something that you can just touch. You have to feel something, and you guys may have an issue with this, with the stellium and Virgo. But, you know, buckle up, buttercup. So yeah, August 29th, Venus in Libra in your second house is trining Pluto and Aquarius in your 6th house. Again, there's something healing going on when it comes to you guys, and something is something is transforming when it comes to your health. Something, and it's for the better, because I think of when Venus and Pluto are talking to each other, it's like, uh-oh, power trips, uh-oh, obsession, but it's talking to each other in a nice way. So I think of transforming and like changing into your best self for the better. And I feel like because Pluto's in Aquarius, it's like this would be doing a service for like almost like humanity, I want to say. Like, I know that's so over dramatic, but it's true. Aquarius energy is not thinking about itself, and neither is Libra energy. That's funny now that I think of it. So I feel like you guys will be coming into your power, and it would just like, it would just be there with a trine. It's like, it's either being given to you or it just comes naturally around this date where, like, coming into your power means like not needing power because you're thinking of other people besides yourself. And that's what makes a powerful leader at the end of the day, right? So there's something to this. So for some of you, it's going to be talking about money. Like, money will come easily to you that day. Maybe you'll find money. Like, maybe you'll find $2. Maybe you'll find a quarter. I don't know. It really depends how it's placing. Like how it's talking to your natal planets in your chart, to be honest with you. What else? Venus being in that second house. Yeah, I think there's something transformative going on when it comes to relationships for you that are becoming more tangible because you guys are going off of what you feel. And especially with that North Node being in Aries in your 8th house, it's like you're being asked to follow, if not magic, then I want to say situations that bring you to change, to transform through taking action, Aries energy. So this would change the way you guys appear. It would transform how you guys have courage, take action, and your leadership abilities. It would also be changing something at home since Jupiter rules Sagittarius in your 4th house. And I feel like there may be a possibility during this whole introspection period with Mercury ruling Gemini in your 10th house and your first house in Virgo, that maybe you guys are also connected with this on some type of level. Okay, I think that's it. Wait, is there any more? Nope, that's it. All right, guys, I hope this helps. I hope it resonates. Bye.